Live with Bridget Ellison, Julie Broughton, meteorologist Candace Campos, and traffic safety expert Trooper Steve. This is News 6 at 9 a.m. Getting results.
The spread of misinformation online has been an issue for years, and that's no different when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccine.
And there have been some posts circulating on social media claiming the shot could cause infertility.
Of course, that could raise a big red flag for young women hoping to start families in the future. So ClickOrlando.com's Brianna Voles is in for morning anchor and health reporter Kirsten O'Connor now to Ask a Doctor.
Ask a Doctor is sponsored by Conviva Primary Care for Seniors.
The COVID-19 vaccine is still pretty new, and because of that, there are still some questions scientists just don't have the answers to yet. That makes it easy to spread false information about it online. For example, some people have tried to suggest the vaccine could hurt your chances of getting pregnant down the road. But Dr. Mark Trolice, the director of fertility care at the IVF Center in Winter Park, says there's no reason to believe that that's true.
There is no evidence, Brianna, that the vaccine will have any impact on reproduction. It's terrible that this claim has spread so much, and fertility patients have been stressed enough during this pandemic. I mean, everybody has, right? But there is no foundation to this. It's baseless. There was a scientist out of Germany that started to try to put together that there was maybe a similar gene that codes for the placenta that is with the coronavirus, right? SARS-CoV-2. And while there possibly could be some similarity, there is absolutely no use of those genes in the vaccine, and there's no association at all with infertility. In those that have been tested with the vaccine, they have the same degree of fertility rate than those that haven't.
Dr. Trolice says people should make sure they're getting the facts when it comes to the vaccine, and that those come from the CDC, the World Health Organization, and other major health organizations. Now, despite those medical experts coming out in support of the vaccine for pregnant and pre-pregnant women, some people still say they want to wait until the shot has been around a while longer to decide if they'll get it.
So you just talked a little bit about the major organizations and agencies that are recommending the vaccine. And some have even come out to say that there's no concern for potential adverse effects to future fertility. Do you feel like it's too soon to say that?
No, I don't. And a terrific question again. Over 20,000 women who are pregnant received the vaccine, and there are no red flags. So this technology has been around for over a decade, okay, with the mRNA. It is not a live vaccine, and there is no evidence or biologic plausibility or chance that this vaccine could have any long-term effects. I mean, certainly, has it been studied for decades of usage? No. But in medicine, we always weigh the risks and benefits. And right now, the risk of not getting the vaccine is much, much higher than any potential theoretical, at this point, unfounded concern that the vaccine is harmful.
Dr. Trolice says health officials can only go based on the information they have right now, and that sometimes they do have to make changes down the road. But that's a risk he says is worth taking.
How would you feel knowing that you pushed for your patients to get this shot, and then later something comes out down the road that it might cause fertility problems?
Well, that's an understandable question, but right now there is nothing to suggest that there is a problem. All the evidence supports taking the vaccine, so we act in medicine with the evidence that we have in front of us, particularly when it's an emergency. We don't have the luxury of waiting a decade or two to see the long-term consequences. People are dying. There is no biologic mechanism that we could even decipher to think that there would be an association between this vaccine and infertility. We just don't have that. I have never known a vaccine to have any impact on infertility.
Dr. Trolice says he has dedicated his life to helping people get pregnant and start families, and that he would never recommend something to his patients if he thought there was any way it could jeopardize that. Ladies.